Hi everyone, it's Shannon with Shannon's Crafty DIYs. Today I have 3 very cute home decor DIYs to share with you. You could either put them on the patio or your front porch, and it's just in time for summer. So stick around, you'll see the results after each DIY is completed. I will see you guys at the end of the video. Let's begin. So I'm just reusing this sign that I've got from the Dollarama. It was follow your dream sign. So it had a little galvanized metal dream word on it that I just ripped off. And I'm going to repurpose it for a summer sign. And I've got these wooden fruit stickers. So I'm going to use the 2 pineapples that you saw there. And it is just paper on the backing. So I just went ahead and ripped it all off. I mean, sometimes it comes off in one piece, but you might have to do it in multiple sections. Once that's all removed, the surface is still a little bit rough, so I'm going to go on it with my sanding block just to smooth out any rough spots in order for the paint to go on super smooth. Now I have all this debris from the sanding, so I got one of these table desktop vacuums from Amazon. I'll link it in the description in the bottom so you know where to find it. It's super easy, and that way I don't have to keep wiping it off and throwing it into the garbage. This way is just so much cleaner and a lot faster to help me do my DIYs. So now that that's all smooth, I'm going to go ahead and give it a coat of some pink acrylic paint. So you'll see here just I'm going to do both boards pink. And then right away, while the pink paint is still wet, I'm going to use some white acrylic paint, and I'm going to do the same dry brushing technique that I've used in the past. I just find on paper, this one just absorbs a little bit nicer, and you get that smooth finish. And that way I get that nice rustic weather look as well. And here you'll see what it looks like. And then I already went ahead and painted, I used just some colored markers, and I went ahead and did the pineapples in green and the base in yellow. And I'm just going to go over the leaves with a little bit of a white marker in order to give it a little bit more detail. And then you're going to see I'm going to use a gold metallic marker. Now this one I've had for so long, so it's super dried out, but honestly it worked so well for me because I didn't want it to be super gold looking. I just wanted it to look more realistic like a pineapple. So I'm just making my lines, and then I'm going to go the opposite direction and make it those nice diamond shapes. So now I'm going to use my lovely handwriting here, and I'm going to write out the word "life is sweet" with a pencil. And, this way I can erase things after when I make things permanent. So here I'm just going to use a black Sharpie marker just for the "life is" part. And then I'm going to go over the sweet with multicolored markers that I had on hand. I think I got them from the DollarTree or the Dollarama. Now, here, the only mistake that I'll probably never do again is I probably just, if I'm using color like this, I'm just going to freehand it next time without using pencil, because I found the pencil really showed through the marker since it was a lot lighter color. And it would be harder to erase because you're gonna get a little bit more smudging. So next time, if it's just in black, go right ahead and use a pencil underneath. But if you're gonna use light colored markers like this, just go ahead and freehand it. So now I'm going to hot glue the pineapples to my sign. I wanted to keep the existing sticker on the back because it is an elevated sticker, and this way it would just make the pineapples pop out a little bit more. So just gonna hot glue them to my sign. And just to give it a little bit more pop of color, I'm going to use this burlap ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. So it's just a turquoise green, and I thought it was really cute and summery color. So I'm just going to do a bow here, and what I'm just doing is folding it 3 times, and I'm using some of this wire. I got this from the Dollarama. Now, I had already cut a piece out from a previous DIY, so I'm just gonna bunch up the ribbon in the middle, and I'm going to do a twist tie motion with the wire. And then I'm going to cut another piece of ribbon to make the tail of the bow. So you'll see here, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to just attach that with the existing wire that is on the bow already. And I just wanted to cover the center of the bow because I didn't want the wire showing. So I'm using another piece of the burlap ribbon. I'm going to fold it in 3s just because I don't want the edges of the ribbon showing on the outside. So I'm just making it a nice clean surface. And then I'm just going to hot glue the 2 pieces together. Now, be careful with the hot glue because it is very hot. You'll see I will probably flinch here. So one of those automatic reactions. So what I'm going to do is just use my scissors just to hold the pieces together while the hot glue is setting. And then here I'm just using the remainder of the wire on the bow, and I'm going to attach it to my sign. And again, doing the twist tie motion just to seal everything together. And then I'm going to just cut off the ends of the tails of the bow just to make them that nice point on the bottom. So just go ahead and fold them in half and cut them on a diagonal, and then that way you'll get that nice finish. So here it is all finished. I left it as is, and then I hung it up. I really do like it like this, but I still thought it was missing something. So in the next picture you see, I just went around the edges of each board with some pink squiggly lines. You'll see here. I just thought it just gave it a nicer touch as well and added a little bit more dimension to the sign. So for the next DIY, I found these really cute napkins with watermelons on them. So if you guys have heard of decoupage, I'm going to do this to this turquoise pot that I got from the Dollarama. So all I'm going to do is use some Mod Podge for this. Super easy to do. Now what's great about these napkins is that you get 4 pictures in one. So less waste to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the shape of the watermelon, and you'll see I'm just cutting the square first just to keep things nice and tidy, and then I'm just going to go and outline or follow the outline of the watermelon. So once you cut out the watermelon, just gently pull apart the 2 pieces of the napkin, so that way you just have the watermelon, a very thin layer. Now the pot was rolling on me, so I just used the package of napkins just to help hold it in place. So give the pot a good portion of Mod Podge. I'm just using the matte Mod Podge because the pot is a little bit, it's a matte color as well, so I didn't want a shiny bit on the matte pot, if that makes sense. So now just go ahead and attach your watermelon, again, very gently because it is a napkin and it can rip. So go ahead and smooth out as many creases as you can. You still will get a little crinkly bits, but once it dries, it does tend to flatten out a little bit more. So here I'm just putting another coat of Mod Podge on top, and then this way it seals everything in place. So last DIY, I'm just going to make a cute little summer picture. So I found this really adorable scrapbook paper at the Dollar Tree, out of all places. Now, I do like getting my scrapbook paper from Michael's. However, at the time, things were closed when I got this. So the Dollar Tree was the option. So $1.25, a little expensive, but it was still cute. So I'm using one of those wood fruit stickers again, and I'm using the watermelon one, and I'm gonna just use some green marker just to outline the edge, and then I'm gonna go in. So yes, and make sure to be careful with the marker, because I find these wood pieces do bleed easily, so just be very gentle when coloring these. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the red part, and then I'm going to go in after with my black Sharpie marker just to fill in the seeds of the watermelon. So here I'm just using the glass portion of the frame to trace out onto the scrapbook paper just to make sure I have the right size. And I'm going to use my Fiskars paper cutter to go ahead and give me those nice straight lines. So here's the red watermelon. Now, when I put it on the backing, I feel like the red clashed with the scrapbook paper. So I actually made another one. You'll see the result at the end of the video, but I made another wood watermelon slice, but instead of red, I used pink on the inside. I thought it looked a lot better. So now I'm just using a Sharpie marker to write the words, "You're a slice." So now that's done, I'm going to add everything back into the frame. Now, I haven't attached the watermelon to the scrapbook paper. I actually want to attach that to the outside of the frame on the glass. I find with hot glue, it comes off easier on glass. So if you ever wanted to reuse the frame for something else later on in another DIY, then it's a lot easier to remove if it was on the glass. And it also won't fit inside the frame, I don't think anyway, because the watermelon is at least a couple millimeters thick as well. All right, so this is the end of the video. I had so much fun making these 3 DIYs for the summertime, the patio, just to jazz it up a little bit. Now, I made this sign as well. I got the letter stencils from Michael's, and the pineapple stencil also came from Michael's, so I was able to recreate this 3-foot porch sign. And here is the watermelon picture. It looks so much better with the pink watermelon in my opinion, and here is the decoupage as well. So everything turned out super cute and adorable. I hope you guys had a great time today. Please go ahead and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time.